What's up, guys? I'm Alex.
I'm Jason. We're the Table Monkeys, and we are here with another video. Today we are going to be talking about the epic, absolutely insane event, East vs. West 5. Just happened this past weekend, and it was a fucking doozy.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Engin just knocked out the park once again. 15 incredible super matches. They were all awesome. Very few mismatches. But just, all around
great event. Hopefully everybody that watched it actually paid for it, as Engin made a post about that, and I got to say we 100% support him in that, and it's 100% true. If we want this sport to grow and to not just be some backyard, playing around bullshit, it needs to be taken seriously, and we have to accept that and pay for it. I worked all day. I knew what the results were because the group chat, wasn't being too shy on sharing what was going on, but I still came home, paid for it, watched it, and enjoyed every minute of it, even though I knew what the results were, just because there was so much drama. It was so epic. It was just such a great experience, I think, for everybody.
The stream was flawless.
Yep.
All the matches were one after the other, very quick, smooth.
Commentary was really, really good. Got to give a big props out to Ryan Bowen. Definitely really impressed with how he's doing with his commentary and everything. And listening to him and Neil specifically together commentating matches just sounded like this is what the sport's supposed to sound like. Like now it sounds like I'm watching soccer or baseball or basketball or something where you've got like two voices that really know what's going on, really know how to talk about the sport, and are also both really articulate in the way that they talk about it. So hopefully we get to hear a lot more of Ryan and Neil together, because I thought the combination was really, really good. And then finally the reffing. Obviously there was some back and forth and everything, but overall I think the reffing was really, really good in the sense that none of the matches were decided by the refs. The matches were decided by the athletes, and I think they did a really good job of making sure that happened. Nobody got a match stolen from them, I don't think.
I think the reffing was just strict and also lenient enough to allow it to be decided by the athletes, but also be very entertaining to all the viewers. Like no matches were decided by fouls. They're just letting the match happen, even with tiny little micro elbow fouls. Let the match happen. There's an advantage, and it was just it played out perfectly.
Yeah, I think it played out really, really
very
well.
entertaining matches all around. Yeah.
So again, huge props to Engin. Absolutely amazing job, and I can't wait. Like everyone's just getting better and better, and like he said at the end of his whole thing about how arm wrestlers deserve the best of everything, and that's what he's trying to do here. It really I really saw the whole vision, I think, after watching this event of what he's trying to do. And East vs. West is for sure the premier league right now. If you're the best of the best, that's where you want to be, and where the best matches are happening for sure.
Yeah, so obviously there was 15 matches. We won't talk about all of them, but there were a few obviously standout matches, especially from our opinion over in North America.
Yeah.
John Brzenk taking down the young killer Oleg Petrenko.
Just amazing match, man. Just like, if I want, I've got a couple guys at work that are interested in the whole arm wrestling thing. I'm showing them that match as soon as I get into work next week. You got to see this 58-year-old man turn around this fucking little young stud who's just fucking popping everywhere, big as shit, and when he's holding him up at the end, pressing, and he's like, push, getting so excited for him to push, and then turning it around with his classic transition to a press. It was just I watched it so many times already. It was so epic.
It's been cool to see how John Brzenk's style has evolved as he's obviously dealing with a little bit of shoulder issues, so his actual side pressure is not as good as it used to be. He doesn't hook as much as he used to.
Yep.
His post is a little kickback. He's got semi-King's move. It's beautiful, and it worked perfectly.
Yeah, and just to see him, the way it played out in the match, the way he fought with the refs, getting what he needed, making sure that he wasn't getting taken advantage of or anything like that. Just from beginning to end, his display of this is what arm wrestling is and what it can be. I think it was just amazing to watch that match. And then obviously we're huge Devin fanboys, and Devin's match was absolutely epic. Coming in with all the intensity that he has of not leaving anything, no stones unturned. When he's there, he's fighting for absolutely everything. I think one of the things I noticed about him in all his matches and everything is he's trying to get wins on everything. You know, that's why, like, if he can be in a press conference and get your arm down, or anything where he can get you to concede to what he wants, or you to give up, or you to like not want to fight with him or move away, those are all like little micro like steps to him getting a win on the actual table, where he's getting you to start to accept defeat. And he's so good at doing that, and so good.
A lot of people on Facebook forums will consider that as unsportsmanlike, and I completely disagree. I think that's part of the sport. It's part of what makes
almost any sport.
Makes it so much more entertaining. The hype was insane, and it all helps him to put doubt in his opponent's mind. So why wouldn't he do it if that's available to him?
Yeah, exactly.
No limits, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like Prudnik wasn't playing back with all that the entire time. It wasn't until it was actual go time that Prudnik's like, oh no, I want this to be like friendly and safe, and I don't want to play these games. But in the setup, he was trying to cheat and do as much as
both of them.
You know, they're both doing the same thing. So Devin's just playing along with it, and then
he's just better at it too.
Yeah, exactly. And he also comes with a good ace up his sleeve, having Jody behind him, like just not letting up, just as absolutely as relentless as he is with wanting to win and stuff. So I think that's another part of Devin and the whole energy of the sport that he brings to the sport, of showing this like family community, the fact that he's got his wife there supporting him as much as she does, and it just adds to the, I don't know, I think the complexity and the interesting side of the sport, I guess.
Yeah, that's why he's the people's champ through and through, and now the heavyweight champ.
Yeah. And just again, his, like, regardless of all that, his actual arm wrestling performance was, in my mind, really, really flawless. Like, he made sure to not get ahead of himself. He fought high on every match before he went to drive it in and turn it inside, and then actually getting an arm to arm and getting face to face with Prudnik, and that whole fight me Prudnik part was just, I mean, that's he's a meme maker. Like, that's something that's going to go, like, we're going to see that replay for years probably. And then also thinking about what he's been through with special forces and all that kind of stuff. Like, when he's like, oh, I just laugh at the fact that you guys say I have no balls when you're 35, and he's like, I think about where I was when I was 35. He's not talking about like who he was arm wrestling or like who he was training with. He's talking about like serious real life shit, and to be face to face with your opponent like that and say fight me, I don't know, I get goosebumps thinking about how many times he might have been in that situation in a real actual fight.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's as being his opponent in that situation, I don't think there is any there's no way not to shit yourself, which apparently Prudnik might have done.
Maybe that wasn't just a ploy.
It might have been a wet one. Who knows? But the point is that it's just another mind game that he's playing with people, and that's another meme that nobody's going to forget. That, did you fart, Prudnik? Fucking stink. It's amazing. It's amazing. So Devin, fucking unbelievable performance. So happy to see him win, and so happy with how it happened. Just, again, it's like, for people who haven't seen the sport, when they see that match unfold and the way it unfolds, like, it's gonna draw so many more people to the sport, because there's just so much drama and interest to watch in that happening. Which brings us to our last sort of honorable mention for like epic matches of the day, was Wagner.
His energy is so enthused, infectious. Yeah, like it's amazing. Like he gets the crowd going.
No comments. I don't have. Could you imagine dating that man's daughter?
Everyone going.
Yeah, it's almost too much for himself. I think he almost took himself out of the match twice by getting so fucking crazy with himself. But
he's in a good position. But Wagner just trying to find his Neanderthal one more time. It's coming out. There we go.
The power of ancestry.
There it is. It's just great stuff from Wagner Bordelotto.
But again, I think that's what's really going to help this sport grow, is when people can see how invested and how emotional and how passionate arm wrestlers can be about the arm wrestling, and then how you can have swings and matches like that where it looks like he's totally out of it and then he's totally back in it. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Beautiful presses. I wish he got the win, but unfortunately he lost. But still, epic performance by both athletes, and it was.
And it just leaves you with that back and forth as that kind of stuff happens.
Yeah, and then
on to the future.
Morzov.
Yeah.
24, giant, 6'5", just athlete with
continues
abs.
to grow. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are deep inside, and still Morzov with a win. And look what that meant to the young Kazakh.
He really exemplified how important it is going to be moving forward with the sport to actually be a full, well-rounded athlete, not just a solo arm wrestler. And I think his match with Hermes is a perfect example of that, where they both had hard matches beforehand on right hand, and then when they got to left, it just looked like Hermes didn't have a lot left after the first round, and Morzov was, he could have pulled another 2 or 3 matches. Morzov is an absolute freak. He embodies the idea of a Terminator.
Yeah, and he can fight anywhere on the table. His match with Rivas was really great. He was all over the place.
He looks more athletic, he looks faster, and he's very sharp at the table tonight. Oh, reversing top roll straight to the pad. Wow.
1-1.
Oh, yeah.
Fast.
Yeah.
He was transitioning.
Aggressive.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Just amazing. So just the future of arm wrestling looking so bright. And then even Hermes, like the way he's continuing to grow and continue to progress, his match with Dave just showing that there's a lot of people that are really pushing in the super heavyweight division. I don't know that he's close to Levon yet. I think Levon is still on a completely different level from the rest of the field, but seeing guys like Hermes continue to grow lets you know that anything's possible.
And they're fighting for it at least.
Yeah,
one day someone will get there.
The future is bright.
Yeah.
And
then Adam Rudzinski from the States just owning Bojidar 3-0, making it look easy, flawless. It was beautiful to watch. He's the future from North America in that middleweight 93 kilo division.
Yeah, I don't know if that was that was definitely Bojidar had the advantage going in, right? Like people were he was the favorite.
He was
for sure.
definitely the favorite. He's the WAF champion, obviously.
Yeah.
And Adam's just the national champion of the States. What does that mean? But Bojidar did he was almost 7 kilos lighter than Adam, and he pulled King of the Table a few weeks before that. Which Adam was kind of pissed off about.
Yeah, might take away from his win, or what? But I haven't heard any excuses from Bojidar yet about that, and I don't think he'll take Adam's win away from him, so to speak. But again, the future looks bright all around the world for arm wrestling. So those are just the younger guys that we wanted to mention and talk about. But then again, back to this whole East versus West sort of league, if you want to call it that. East versus West 6 already looking like it's going to be crazy, with Zink and Dennis possibly having a match. And again, like we said earlier, Engin's just doing such a great job with this that to see how it's going to progress for the next one, I just can't even wait to see how good it's going to be. Yeah. And then I guess the last thing we want to end with is sort of an open question, right?
Yeah, Devin is now the heavyweight champion of the world, and I was thinking, I was talking to Jason before this, there's no matches that make sense for him. I just can't think of any match that really makes any sense. He seems so far above the crowd at that weight class.
At 253, yeah. So I guess that's what we're saying is who would anybody really like to see him pull at 253 that would actually be a competitive match? There's obviously a couple heavyweights like Michael Todd or Dave Chafee that might be able to, or super heavyweights, that might be able to make it down to that weight. The one that we kind of came up with that we might like to see would be Dave versus Devin at 253, but is that really a great match for Dave? Probably not. So it really comes down to, we really couldn't think of who Devin's going to pull at heavyweight to defend his title. Not that there isn't a match, we're just saying we can't think of it. So please leave some comments down below. Let us know what you guys think is the best match coming up for Devin, or what he should have his sights on next. You know?
And if you like this video, please share, subscribe, all those things.
And monkeys out. Peace.